Hello guys, welcome to a new game from your Uncle Picanier. It was a regular game played some days ago, which was a really long game, but especially really entertaining. So that's why I think it's shoutcast worthy. I'm recording a bit early, so my voice is sounding even more heavier than you're used to hear from me, but I'm greasing it with some coffee. Yeah, this was a really nice game we played on the final frontier. Um, the left team I can show you is one of the best players we have at the moment. He is from the E-Star clan. His name is Bullet. Yeah, this guy came back. So it seems. Dima used to be a great player. Now it's like so-so. But he's not really active, so let's hope he can come back in this game with some nice actions. And here we have one of the strongest players in the league. He's on second place, believe it or not. For me it is a surprise because I didn't know this guy, really. But he's, from what I've heard, um, active for over some years now, but not really playing with us. Probably with his friends in the RA clan only. But since some weeks I see him playing in our lobbies and with the guys I play with, and he shows he's a really good player. At least before this game was played. He had a league game, he won against Donati, which was who was playing really serious with a nice piece of army and everything, but still he lost. It was a close game, but that kind of shows you this guy's level. He's playing on, I think, my favorite lock, location 2. It has a lot of iron and I think the biggest coal field around. I haven't counted, maybe this coal is a bit more, I really don't know. And the last guy they play with is Mr. Bolt. He's one of the most active players since some time now, because he plays a lot of games. He plays consistent. He has a nice build. I think he has a lot of units on peacetime and his spam is okay. His fighting is not always good, but overall really good player. They play against us on the right side with our own house clown on lock 5 again from this map, which is considered to be one of the hardest locations, but for people who play this map a lot, they say that this isn't even the hardest location. It can be a really nice location, and there are some benefits, of course, because I think that gold is really good at this location. Easy to get, since you need to go for these trees anyway. Play some farms along the way. You can see this guy has played more games on this location. Stone can be tricky, but there is enough stone, at least for me, when I play here till 60 minutes. Then we need to play some more stone bases, maybe over here. And yeah, what I noticed, I don't see many people do it, but Don is consistently taking the trees from this area as well. And the nice thing about it is then that you can get to this fish. You can steal it from this player. And this player, of course, is getting fish from there as well. So that's a nice thing also. But I think the hardest thing on this location, at least that's the thing I struggle with, See, most people have problems with iron here, of course, because it's pretty far away. But let's see how we can manage this location. He plays here with Mr. Fu. This guy is always around, of course, playing a lot of games, really active. He's on what I think is the lock with the most potential I know of. The only lock you can make 50-50. I did it, Dan did it. It is possible here, but let's see what Mr. Fu can make of it. I'm kind of in my element here. I play on this location, which has a lot of iron. As you know, I like to play with iron. I'm way better on a lock like this than when you put me on a location with low iron, where you must lean on leather a lot. I'm not really into it. On this location, the wood is not that easy. That's why I set up a woodcutter here for planting only pretty early, alongside with the quarries I set up here. I don't want to ignore corn totally, so I put up a farm here, but not that early, because I was focusing on gold, then iron. And this is also really important, to get some trees from up here, because otherwise I think you run out of timber, since those guys here are still planting trees. And last but not least, we have Mexican Tea playing on location 8. It's usually not a location I've seen him play on, so let's see what he can do here. The iron is, I think, of all 4 corner locks here, closest. Then it's only one mine, so you need to grab those 2 are a bit more further away. But the benefit, of course, is if you have one mine close, you can already unlock the iron smelter and set up your smithies relatively early. And even though you see Max is going for iron pretty early, and Don as well, I must say. Yeah, earlier than, for instance, Beijing Gullet and Bolt. I think there should be a focus on leather on this location, because if you go for iron only, it would be a big mistake in my opinion. What I used to think why this lock was best of the corner locks is because the gold is so close. You can put up a gold smelter, maybe even at 11-12 minutes if you really rush it, and that is really early, of course. Then for trees, it's really important that you cut all trees who's standing here in the middle. And I see so many people replanting once they cut all the trees, but I think you should do it like Max T is performing it here, so you can have a more efficient base when you nearing peacetime more. Then expand from for more trees here to the left side. You need to put up your towers anyway later on. But if you don't get the trees from here, I think you still run out of wood. There is the possibility to set up a fissure here as well. So it's a really good choice, I think, to go for trees here anyway. Bullets is on the level lock, which most people consider to be the best of the four. It's Koos's favorite location on this map. Same goes for Max, T, and probably guys like Romek and Broar as well. It has to do probably with the amount of space you have here. It's really big. But I have no idea. I never had really good armies on this location, but I don't play here a lot, I must say. Trees are okay because you need to grab trees from here. As you can see, Bullet has done it in a really smart way, because he's making here farms. Anyway, we extended this road a bit to the left side, then put some woodcutters here. It's really leather focused. And I think this location needs to be played that way. And what I see most people do, and what I think is the best thing to do, especially on a map like this, with large distance to your teammates, is put up a stable first. Gold is ridiculously easy on this map as well. So close. Yeah, here we have Dima, and Dima, the rumors went that he went heavily on Bosman beer. You know, that beer they make in Poland, which is considered to be one of the best beers, according to beer lovers around the world. But he didn't confirm that, so you must make it up by the way he plays, maybe. So we'll see what happens here after peacetime. Yeah, what is this guy making? He's going for swords with a stable, so we will make knights for sure. And his iron is nice at this point, 4 iron mines. Maybe he should need... No, he has coal for the goldsmelter here, you don't see that often. So his coal seems to be okay. And oh yeah, that's easy to miss maybe, because it's it looks like everybody does it. This guy hasn't gone for for leather still at this point. It's kind of strange, but it seems to be part of his build order. He's going for 2 bakeries first. With the fish, of course, this holds I think 50 or 60 fish. Then making some really late pig farms, but not after he made 2 stables. Yeah, grabbing this 5th iron mine. Let's see what he can do at peacetime. And then Shady, of course, which I watched this game once before I made the shoutcast. I noticed a few things. For one, that he focuses a lot on leather for a big iron location like this. But then again, that's sometimes what I do as well. But then I grab 5 iron mines near peacetime and then make 3 armory smithies, 2 weapon smithies. What I can see, he does get the 5 iron mines, but he doesn't have more than 2 armory smithies and 1 weapon smithy. So maybe he's trading for it, but I haven't noticed yet. We'll have to see after peacetime how that goes. Still 10 minutes left. He grabs the trees on this hill, which I rarely see people do it, but there are a lot of trees there. Yeah, Baldy, good old Baldy. I see 2 butchers, so that means 4 pig farms, I think. Let's take a look. Yeah, we'll make a 4th one soon. He's going for leather big time. He has 3 iron mines, 2 tanneries. We'll focus on leather a lot, which you should do on a location like this. It's no surprise. One thing I did notice, which I've never seen before, is that he gets his barracks up in this location, which yeah, looks good to me. Normally people put it up here, and maybe that's a little bit closer to your iron weapon production, leather production, but then again, this is really close to this bridge, so it's the fastest way to recruit some soldiers to help out your teammate on location 2. Towers will be up in time. Donny, what have you done so far? It's 4 minutes left. His peacetime is not really that great, but then again, this is a spam location. But these horses look nice. No towers here yet, but I've never seen people making towers here up and down before peacetime. You rarely see it. Mr. Fu, what have you done on this location? You see him making farms a lot like this. He's trying to keep it small, but I'm not sure you can keep it small on a location like this. He has all iron mines now. He had it up a little later than usual, but it will make for some nice iron spam, of course, because this lock is known for it. So the iron is so nice integrated with the coal here. And yeah, he's making some towers here. It's not that hard to defend on this location. He has 2 markets up, one for straying stone to corn, which he has 1 bakery, 1 stable and 2 piggies, so he needs to trade for corn. And then another one here, which he haven't used yet. We are at peacetime, so let's take a look what they had. Fu was not so happy with his peacetime army, and as you can see, yeah, it's kind of typical Fu army, but he will spam probably, at least with iron a lot. But you will see how it goes after peacetime. Don, our own house clown, is not really having a great game at this point as well, but then again, this is really a spam location. How many farms he has? 9 farms, making 4 more? Come on, Don, what is your plan? Making mass lands again from beneath the Scrout? What's going on? But he has knights, which will be really helpful in team games like this. And he has some bows to protect himself. His recruits are kind of low, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Here we have Max, and Max is playing, like I said, not many times I've seen this guy play here. Has his towers up, 10 farms, 9 woodcutters. And this iron went up pretty quick. Let's take a look how that went. Yeah, you see it's like 30 swords for him, a little over 30 leather, which is so-so for Max T probably, but he has 25 horse. That's really good. Bullet has about the same army as Max T, about 10 less swords, same amount of horses, and his leather is better than Max, so it's kind of like the same. Bosman here had not that great iron at the moment, but oh, I was looking to swords only. He had some crossbows along with it, and I'm not really a fan of small groups of crossbows. I talked to other guys about this. Seam, for instance, said he's not a fan himself. A guy who likes to play with small groups of crossbows is Fu. And but what I noticed that he made some nice kills with the crossbows, Dima, this time. So this was really nice. He has no leather at this point, but he will set up leather really late. Come on, this is crazy, but yeah, maybe he's trying something new. So he has militia alongside the knights and the crossbows. So it's really not that bad of a peacetime army if you consider what he has at the moment. Shady. Yeah, he's not really having that much swords at the moment. He has some pikes. His leather is a little above average on a location like this. Recruits seem okay, a little bit low, but Goldie has 18 horses. Can almost recruit them all at this time, which is good. His iron is low, his leather is okay. And Bold is expecting the big spam, so he makes another gold smelter here and a third schoolhouse. I've got my own peacetime army, which was kind of good, you can say. It's almost 50 swordsmen. No horses for me this time. That's why Max did double stable. And 30 bowmen, little low on the recruits. So let's see how it goes after peacetime. Put up some music for you guys. And I had some problems with getting my troops out here for some reason. There's some traffic here, and I usually don't put up a barracks in this location, but I see many people do it, so I thought to myself, let's try it. Dima's scouting here with some horse. Luckily I have a tower up there, but no towers in this area yet. And of course there is big tension among those two players here who know each other so well. They know their dirty tricks and everything. And you bet that Raging is watching this bridge constantly after peacetime. Same goes for Max, of course. Yeah, I think the left team did some nice scouting. So did we. And I thought I was low on food with only 3 pig farms. Of course I had some fish, but it will run out. So near peacetime I made 2 more farms with 2 mills. But then this noob forgot to make 2 bakers for maybe 15 minutes or so. Luckily I had no big starvation. And then, yeah, where did you put your troops? We decided to go north a bit, since Fu and Don really hadn't had good army on peacetime, and of course no towers up here, and the enemy knows it. Besides that, Bolt usually has a strong game, and I can tell it now, of course, because I'm watching replay what he has, but normally he has even more troops than this, and a lot of horses. And probably the thing I like most about Shady is that his I like the way he attacks, and he uses his troops after peacetime. He's not a guy, from what I've seen, who's just standing there, waits till enemy comes, but looks for opportunities and don't hesitate to go in. And I thought they would done it already. I sent some troops here near Fu's base, but it's not really like you used to see from Mr. Fu, but he's the guy who makes really nice towers on this lock. It's so easy to defend here. Yeah, and what do you do at this point? I noticed that Fu has his things in order here. It looks like they won't go for Don either, so I'll send my units back to this location here between these mountains. And yeah, it's risky to go in further than the position we have right now. So something needs to be done. I sent all my swords back, and Max has all his troops here. And then you can see already, but we don't know this, of course, it's underneath this crowd, that Bully already has in his mind how he can surprise Max in an entertaining way. But the funny thing about all of this was that Max had the same idea, and Bully didn't know about it. So it's a nice constant tension going on between those two guys who don't trust each other at all. So we went up with everything, and now we go down with everything. Here you see Dima's strange army, and I think it's maybe a pretty good army at this point. And you see they have a lot of horses standing here in the middle, so it's not really smart for me and Max to go in. But you know, Fu, he's coming out, dancing around with knights a bit, and then getting some shots. But he must be careful not to come out too far. And especially not in this location, where he seems to be really isolated from the rest of his teammates. Yeah, I saw Bullet come in, and usually Max is the one who always sees what's going on. So I told him, hey, you're being attacked. And he said, yeah, I expected this already. And I wanted to go in myself. So you see, Bullet is a bit faster. And he didn't know that Max had troops here, of course. And looks like it's a wasted attack from Bully. Also because Max has some more bows here. Yeah, Dima has his leather production up now. It's only 2 pig farms, and he keeps the 2 stables. He has nice iron, of course, so we will make a lot more knights, I imagine, with leather production alongside. Bully needs to run with the 2 horses he still can save. And now there's probably even more tension between those 2, because Bullet knows that Max will now surely take his revenge and will go in at a time he chooses to do. The Bullet needs to have some troops here ready at all times to defend against a possible attack over the bridge. So we'll focus more here on the middle. It looks like a stalemate. And then what do? Don has decided to send up all his troops here as well. But then Fu was like, I was catched. So it's really tricky here situation, because I see some troops from Dima here. Bolt coming as quick as he can, and Shady won't let go, so Fu needs to retreat with at least his bows. He has some swords left. And some pikes, but he needs to stand between his towers. At the same time we go in here, and Don was brave enough to send his large group of knights in first, and it was a long fight here, which at this point you cannot say who's really on the winning side. But I have still so many swords who are kind of trapped in between all those bows. And it's hard to choose between 2 bad things. Will you put your bows back, stop shooting for a while? This can be critical to not winning a game. But then you need that melee up front, of course. Who manages to defend here well, with a little help from my swords and Don's troops. And he can make nice kills between the towers with a group of bows he had. It was decimated a little bit, but still enough bows to get the kills. You see how close this fight really was. And as you probably know, I make swords a lot. I think they're overall really good against any unit in the game. But it's probably best at this point not to go in, because we lost about all our melee at this point. So it's better to take a position again here between those mountains. It's a good position. Let's take a look here how it went up in the north. Hey, looks like Dima sent some militia up in Don's base. It looks like the situation is stabilized, but everybody lost a lot of troops, but that's okay. Because we're already at 15 minutes into the game. Let's take a look here on this bridge. There's nothing going on at the moment. Still Max is preparing, of course. Let's speed it up a bit. Minutes after peacetime, you see I still don't have those bakers made, trained for whatever reason. Luckily I managed to get some more coal mines up. And some reason it was hard to get enough recruits for me, so I started to trade my leather jackets for food and chests. So my spam in this game was not really great, I must say, but I had really quality units. And those two guys here above me had like opposite. They kept on spamming a lot. You see, because the leather-based strategy Bolt used on location 1, it pays off in the long run. He had a lot of units on the field. And Fu and Don needs to run to save the bows. Bullet, what is your plan? Killing this tower with one bow? It will take you a while, because it's, what is it, 1 hit point at a time? Yeah, 1 hit point at a time of this tower will go off total. Yeah, and while we are here at a stalemate position again, Max is going for some revenge over the bridge. And it looks like Bullet has no troops here to defend at all. And there is one tower which is unoccupied, two towers actually. He's sending in some militia first, which is always good against towers. Bullet must see this by now. And he sends back troops. It's understandable, of course. Even Dima is coming. Yeah, Bully, what can you do really? This is probably their strongest player, and if he's out of game, the chances we are winning this are pretty big, probably. Yeah, Bully's coming with the snake, horses first, but he should wait for the rest of his troops, which are really slow to arrive here. And then you create some sort of chaos on the battlefield. And I think that's the moment, that's the moment they take to invade into Donati's base. Which they have some good scout of, I must say. And do they have enough troops to stop this? Yeah, there's a lot of troops coming to save the Bullet's base, but will it be enough? Because if you look at it, he's now already down at 51 serfs. It's going down even further. But even Shady is here, Dima is here, and Bullet, so we'll probably get max out of Bullet's base. Over here they hesitate a bit if they should go in or not, and I think they made a good decision not to rush it, but wait till Bolt has his troops through this entrance before they launch a full attack. And maybe Don is asking a bit for it because he has 0 towers up here. We'll build one here, but probably be a bit too late. In the meantime, I'm catching Dima's troops, who sent all his troops to the south side. Bullet is still busy here. Max sending a good amount of troops to help me out. Yeah, Fu is now good spam. And this iron will last for some time. He's rebuilding coal mines, so we'll probably know will not be a problem for him to spam iron as well. Dima lost about all he got, but we need to retreat before Bullet is here. Yeah, and at this point, you know, Bully had less than 40 serfs running around in his a little town, but on the other hand, chances are they are base trading with Donati, which at this point has nice spam. But luckily for him, Fu is helping him out. And because they fight in such a weird position, Don didn't last maybe not even one serve. Still has 95. And we are coming with our troops to the north as well. Yeah, looks like easy kills for Fu again against Bold this time. The second time they come to him. Usually it's the other way around. But then again, it's 25 minutes after peacetime. And they should take advantage of this situation. At least kill the population Don is running around here. But he lost only one serve, so... Max is already here with some knights. I'm really slow to move. And Bullet. I think he will try something again against Max. Or at least defend, because Max still has some Lee units here. How is he rebuilding? He's not rebuilding at all. So if he doesn't do anything now, then Bully is really out of the game. Yeah, guerrilla warfare. It's usually the best thing you can do if you are attacked. Just stand inside your village behind the buildings. Enemy troops are having a hard time reaching you. So I must say that this push from Bold and Shady was less successful than I thought when I actually played this game. Yeah, I'm not sure if you should attack towers if you have so many boats inside this group who starve probably within the next minute, 2 minutes. And then team left realized their attack was too slow. We are already up here with all our teammates actually. Helping out Don. Who was, as I said, not as crippled as I expected him to be. But on the other hand, Bully can do some damage here with his 5 knights. But he decides to save them and bring them over on the other side towards this. Come on, Bold, what is this? 12 towers, come on. Yeah, we could have gone over this bridge, but they still have too much units and there are way too much towers. Bully, are you rebuilding anything? 38 serfs. Yeah, it's not that your city is completely dead or something, but it will not run efficient anymore. I think the best thing he can do at this moment, instead of making recruits, is training some more serfs. Because he has the units here to protect his base. Ah, I said it 2 seconds too early. Yeah, what can they do? Yeah, the 2 bakers trained. I now have too much food. I'm actually trading for more gold. Still struggling with getting enough gold chests. But at least I can train all my iron units. And I had a lot of swords in this game. And we wanted to go in there, and maybe it's not smart because we didn't have any fish in here. But the bowmen of Max are already dying from starvation, so. Spam from bolts coming up here on top, and they still have a lot of units here. At least that's what we painfully found out. A nice spam of horses by Dima. Yeah, we cannot really handle this, so it seems. And even without bullet, they seem to outspam us a bit. They have so many knights. And our team has a lot of knights as well, but they seem to have a bit more. At least in this fight, we need to run as a team, and at this point, they have more troops. And if they decide to launch an attack on Don's base again, then I'm not sure what would happen. But it seems they focus more here on the south. And if they manage to get successfully into Mac's base, destroy the troops he has here and kill off this base, then they are a big step closer to winning the whole game. Yeah, they should do something at this point, in my opinion. They decide to go over the bridge, and it's 2-1 actually. You see all this horse here. Luckily Max has tower here. Let's see how much damage they can do. He just stands there. No, he goes in. Second stone misses. Yeah, he lost two knights, which isn't too bad, in my opinion. Max struggled with all these troops, so I asked him, should I send some units? He said, no, I think I can handle this alone. But don't forget that Max has two stables as well. And look how efficient they run. Constantly filled with corn. Here the attack comes. Don't be warned. Don has an extra tower up here. It's probably wise. Yeah, Dima managed to block the entrance of this barracks with some knights. It's a hard situation for Max T to handle. Yeah, Max T has so much horses that he even makes scouts. Yeah, he managed to defend well. And he needs to clean up the horses who are preventing Max from getting more troops out. Up here in the north, Don was planning for more guerrilla warfare here. Inside his town, which has helped him the last time they come to him. But Fu decides to fight here in the open. And is a bit outplayed. They have some more spam. Then I come in like a snake and I thought, nah, let's back off a bit before those other units have arrived. The distances are long. Yeah, distances are really long on a map like this. I believe the height is the maximum a map can have. 256 tiles. So especially if you don't have horse, which travel already pretty slow in the length of this map in my opinion. Yeah, it looks pretty grim for Donati at this moment. He has not that much troops. They are killing his serfs near his inn. And as I can see that he struggles with getting enough recruits as well. But hey, that's what he got teammates for, of course, who already helped him out a lot. So let's see if we can clear the troops standing almost inside his base. On Don, help us flank the troops. Yeah, they have too much at the moment. Yeah, Max went over the bridge again. And it seems like Dima wanted to help him out, but realizes that Raging Bullet probably can't be saved. So many knights from Max. We'll take a look at the statistics after the game, how many it was. The barracks from Bullet is down. It's probably the best player in that team. But if they cannot kill Don at this point, it will be GG anyway. Yeah. Bullet is still moving with some troops here. How nice is that? Yeah, I really respect his involvement in this game. Still helping out his teammates. And Max want to annihilate the Bullet here. Can do it by bringing down this school. And Bullet already destroyed his storehouse. So if this school goes down and this school, then Bully is completely out of the game. But what is that worth? He only had this one bow, which I can't find anymore here. Yeah, they have some leather troops, but not enough quality melee units to protect them. So Don almost single-handedly clears the troops inside his base. I'm coming with some troops as well. The Bolt seems to be flanked from at least 3 sides. So you can say the attack they launched on Ati's base failed, although he is down to 22 serfs, which is not that much, so you can consider Don out of the game. But he has some useful knights still he can use. In the last few minutes of this game, and Max wanted to push to Dima's base, but he just doesn't have enough units at this moment. So it's probably a good idea from him to back down a bit, stand behind this mountain. Yeah, Max has lost some serfs as well. Trying to train some more, but still this base is not crippled. Still produces some units. Yeah, what should Shady do in this situation? He decides to help out Dima a bit, sending some units down. But Max cannot go in too far because there is a tower here. And here is one as well. But we decide to go into Shady's base, who we know at this point has not that much troops. He sent some troops down, so it's probably the best thing you can do. Enter this base. Donnie is still alive with some horses. Fu has a nice pike spam. Some horses himself. And with Max keeping Dima pinned in his own base, Shady can only rely on Bolt, who had nice spam throughout the game. Seems he can't do much at this moment. Yeah, and it seems that good team play won us the game. There were at least 2 times, maybe 3 times, I thought during this game we had lost. But then we had some nice teamwork. I saw Max troops all the way up here. I was here. Max defended really well here against Bully the second time. And Yeah, Fu helped out Don a lot during this game, I noticed. But then the other team played nice as well. Dima kind of surprised me because he had an alternative build order, but it wasn't the weakest player for sure on their team. Shady was nice and offensive, took his chances, and Bolt was excellent support in this game. And Bullet, I've seen Bullet all over the map, even here with some knights in Don's base. So this was a nice long game. Take a look at the statistics. And you see that if you look at kills, Shady did a really good job. Max T was nice as well. Fu Donati in the end made a lot of kills. But Dima had largest army. He had of course a lot of militias. But then again, when do you play a good game? I had a heated discussion with Fu about it, and we think very different about the subject. Because, yeah, when do you actually have a good game? Is it when you have a crappy army but good kills? Is that what you can call a good army? Fu tends to look at weapons a lot. But if you look at weapons from him, it's way lower than weapons I have. But I think Fu made a nice game here. This time I was better in support, probably, because I had all the swords made. In leather you see Dima was way after peacetime started to make his first piggies, his first leather jackets. Iron stats, you see it's really different. That's also because the 4 corner locks have their iron away further. Locks 6, 2, 3 and 7 are made for big iron. And the fish, Dima had a lot of fish. Probably catch the fish on the north side of his base as well, which is actually meant for Shady. But horses had a big role during the game for many players. You see that Max T has the most horses trained, at least made, more than 70 in this long game. It's a lot of horse. But Dima was nice as well, so was Don. I noticed it. Knights were really playing an important role throughout this game. And then I think I was the only one who didn't make any horse. And here you can see the economy statistics, which are normally not interesting to watch, but you can see how it went. Because one guy on the left team was initially, he lost some Sirs in the first attack by Max. But then the second attack, he was so low on Sirs that his complete base was crippled. They tried to pull off the same trick with Max T, and they partially succeeded in my opinion. At least Max could restore his base a bit, training some more Sirs, and he would have been okay if this was even a longer game than this. And then again, Donati, who said he didn't have that much problems with low amount of Sirs, but he was crippled a lot during the end of the game. So all in all, I thought it was a nice game with a lot of action going back and forth. The entertaining level of this game was also pretty high, if you ask me. So I hope you liked watching this game with me, and I'd like to see you next time. Bye bye.